Leader of the Nava Samasmaja Party, Dr. Vikramabahu Karunaratne, says that after throwing aside the assurance of going beyond the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, the government is now attempting to crucify the Chief Justice. He expressed this view at a media briefing convened by the Campaign for Power Sharing, which consists of several parties.
රජයට ඕන විදියට ඇවිල්ලා කියන්න බෑ ආවල් තන ජනතාවගෙන් අදහස් විමසුවා කියලා. තමන්ම පත් කරපු
The government cannot just say that they consulted the people from this area and that area. They haven't even taken a soldier's signature to say that the opinion of the Tamil people was obtained. This lie is dead. An opinion was created that once the 13th Amendment was implemented, it should go further. But now they are crucifying the Chief Justice who paved the way for it, disregarding the will of the people. If people don't rise up against this, everyone should be held responsible for the disaster that will unfold.
යුක්තිය පාගලා සාධාරණේ පාගලා කුරුසෙට ගහන්න යනවා. මේකට විරුද්ධව මේ රටේ ජනතාව නැගිට්ටේ නැත්නම් මේ රටේ වෙලා වෙන්න යන විනාශයට සියලු දෙනාම වග කියන්න වෙන බව පැහැදිලි කරන්න වෙනවා. ජනතාවගේ සංගේ සුරා කරනවා විතරක් නෙවෙයි හොරකම් කරනවා විතරක් නෙවෙයි මේ රටේ ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදී නැති කරනවා. මේ මිනිමුට කතා කරන්න හඬ නැති කරනවා.
They are not only stealing the people's money, they are destroying democracy. No one went and demanded the 13th Amendment. The government is now turning it into a dictatorship. Everyone is being controlled. It doesn't matter if it's Futa or Buta. We request all these associations to join hand with us. We request the JVP and even Sarath Fonseca's party, though we do not agree with him, to come together and save the country.
UMP parliamentarian Ravi Kannanayaka says that the common man will not receive any relief through the budget which is to be unveiled tomorrow.
Western Provincial Councillor Damayanth Silva distributed sewing machines and carpentry equipment to self-employed 70 families in the Moratu area from his allocation at a special function today. Another budget will be presented tomorrow. I challenge the government to declare whether it will help the people or add more pressure on the people. They will definitely come out with another lie stating that salaries will be raised by 2020. They will show that they reduce the cost of living by 2 rupees and take away 100 rupees from your pocket. They will create an illusion that they are creating jobs when in reality they are taking away jobs.
At a media briefing held today, Minister Dala Salaha Peruma expressed these views regarding the budget which is to be presented tomorrow.
When the export income is around $10 billion, the import expenditure is about $20 billion. As something that has a great bearing on our economy as a government, we need to look at this closely. The import expenditure is $20 billion. 1/3 of it is spent on fuel. We are confident that the President will consider all these facts and present the budget tomorrow.
ඉන්ධනවලට වියදම් වෙනවා. මෙන්න මේ කාරණා මත පදනම් වෙච්ච අයවැයක් හෙට දවසේ අතිගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමා ඉදිරිපත් කරාවි කියලා කියන විශ්වාසය අපිට තියෙනවා.
The 2013 budget is to be presented in Parliament tomorrow. As the Minister of Finance and Planning, President Mahinda Rajapaksa will present it in Parliament.
In keeping with tradition, first the appropriation bill which spells out the income and expenditure heads of all state institutions and provision for obtaining loans for the coming financial year is presented to Parliament. Accordingly, the appropriation bill for 2013 was presented in Parliament on the 24th of last month. The second reading of the bill, which is popularly termed the budget speech, will be delivered by the President tomorrow. The speech will reveal budget proposals on relief, allowances, taxes as well as government income and expenditure for the coming year and means of bridging the budget deficit. This is the 66th budget of independent Sri Lanka and the 8th budget proposal to be presented by President Mahinda Rajapaksa since his election in 2005. According to the 2013 appropriation bill tabled in Parliament, service expenditure has been estimated at 1,335 billion rupees for the 2013 financial year from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. According to the bill, the highest allocation is for the Ministry of Defence and Urban Development, which stands at 289 billion rupees. The other key allocations are 92 billion rupees for the health sector, 88 billion rupees for the Ministry of Economic Development, and 64 billion rupees for the Ministries of Education and Higher Education.
Time now for the newspaper cartoon of the day.
Time now for a special segment on the Divinaguma bill.
The Supreme Court ruled that the Divinaguma draft bill should be approved by the people at a referendum. However, the decision also states that a special majority is sufficient to pass the bill if it is in accordance with the amendments proposed by the Supreme Court. Incidentally, a two-thirds majority in Parliament qualifies as a special majority. However, speaking in Parliament yesterday, Subject Minister Basil Rajapaksa stated that the bill should be supported by all parties in Parliament. This is the only draft bill which was referred to the courts on 2 occasions for approval. This bill was brought on behalf of the low-income earners and the poor. This will especially help those in war-affected areas and those in the north. We urge all political parties to support this bill devoid of party differences. What benefits will some of the officers receive from the Divinaguma bill?
We
wish to convey the appreciation of some of the officers as this bill will secure our future through a pension scheme which will be implemented through the Divinaguma department. Through this bill, a pension scheme will be introduced for the widows. It will secure our future.
Still in local news, General Secretary of the Citizens Front, Parliamentarian J. Sri Ranga states that although it has been 3 years since the end of the war, what the government said then has not changed. He expressed this view during yesterday's adjournment debate in Parliament.
When we talk about the US elections, Obama and Romney are shoulder to shoulder. It was said that it would be tough for Obama to win. If Obama requested Sri Lanka's opinion, they would have done a fine job campaigning for him. Obama did not talk about the attack on the World Trade Center and how Bin Laden was killed. During the debates between Obama and Romney, they did not talk about Gaddafi. They debated on how to develop the country. But this government, even 3 years after the war ended, is saying the same things they said 3 years ago.
Well-known company director Mr. Ranjan Daniel passed away yesterday. He was 62 years old at the time of his demise.
Mr. Ranjan Daniel, who was born in Kandy and grew up in the Wattagama area, is an illustrious old boy of Trinity College, Kandy. After completing his preschool, primary and tertiary education in Kandy, he went on to serve as a director in a private firm in Colombo. He retired around 6 years ago. Devoutly religious, Mr. Ranjan Daniel spent much of his time in retirement on religious activities. Mr. Ranjan Daniel, who was a much-loved father to a daughter and a son, succumbed to a sudden illness at a private hospital in Colombo yesterday. Mr. Ranjan Daniel's mortal remains are currently lying at his residence.
South India Sun TV reported today that a UN Human Rights Council delegation is to visit Sri Lanka to look into incidents that are alleged to have taken place in the last stages of the war.
A group including the treasurer of the Dravida Munnetra Kalaham Party, M.K. Stalin, and T.R. Balu had met the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Navneetham Pillai, in New York yesterday. The report containing the decisions reached at the TESO summit was also presented to the Human Rights Commissioner during the meeting. Sun TV reported that the delegates of the Dravida Munnetra Kalaham Party had informed Navneetham Pillai about the incidents that are alleged to have taken place during the final phase of the war in Sri Lanka. Expressing her views, Navneetham Pillai has stated that a delegation from the Human Rights Commissioner's office will visit Sri Lanka next January to conduct investigations. Meanwhile, Assistant General Secretary of the United Nations Yang Liang was also presented a report on the TESO summit recently.